Hey, great Friday morning. Good morning, Wayne. uh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's good to see you this morning. You're early today. You're right on time. Great job, Wayne. Thank you for being here, my man. And you still got cream? A little bit. Let me tell you guys, that Napoleon cake that I had yesterday, yum, 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 riquísimo. How was your sleep? I actually slept really well. I don't remember having any episodes where like I had to like all of a sudden wake up in the middle of the night. So I think it went well. Can't complain. Saludos a Pancho Pantera desde Ciudad Guanajuato. Guanato. ¿Es de Guanato o Guanajuato? Conozco la ciudad de Guanajuato, no conozco la ciudad de Guanato. Guanato, Guanato. Good morning, Hector. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Looking very nice and clean, sharp. Yes. I shaved actually yesterday. Uh, I don't know if y'all could start to see, but you could start to see that little shadow already coming back up. This is actually the look that I love. No me gusta el clear cut nacha look. I like this little shadowish. I almost said it by word. The thing. I liked it, and have some weddings tomorrow. So I'm hoping that it'll be nice and shadowy. It just looks so good. I made mention last night that I actually was able to buy, I think, like three different tuxedos yesterday, and I'm ready for Saturday. Saturday, about three different tuxedos. One of them is a tuxedo, but it has these like black lines going across the el pechazo, the pectoral muscles. I don't have any pectoral muscles. But and the other one, my favorite, is something that I've always wanted: a long tails tuxedo. Yum! I like me that long tail tuxedo. It is I was ecstatic yesterday. I was giddy. Good morning. Looking good on this great Friday. Thank you so very very much. I greatly appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. Episode at night. Having to pee. It was fun last night. Actually, we had AOBE. We had Ida and Miss Borrego on, and of course had Carlos Elizondo on. It was a fun little show, guys. Fun show. We didn't get an opportunity to speak a lot in regards to what's going on locally. Uh, bring quality down. Hold on. Uh, but hopefully we can cover some of that today. Good morning. Good morning. Wow, music is on early today. Preach. Oh yeah, the neighbors, man. You can hear it, right? That every day, guys. Every morning. Good morning. Have a great day. You too, Nathan. Love you, Baba. Se te atoró el pollo cheese. Yeah, a little bit. To sharpen, to sharp, need to bring video quality down to 480. Are you really serious? Because I have it on broadcast quality 720. Are you joking with me? Because I don't know if you're joking or you're telling the truth. Se te mira la nalga de la cara nada de bebé. But that's why I like this little shadow look. It just makes it look also so much more manly. Es que me fastidia la barba. I love a nice thin beard. Pero ya gruesa. It's not good. How true is it that Villarreal resigned yesterday? I've been trying to get confirmation in regards to that. I have not. I have not heard anything in regards to her resignation. I don't think she's the resignation type, but I'll try to find out. Hopefully today. Again, I'm not. I don't. I don't think she's the resignation type. I think she's going to wing it as bleed the district as much as she can, file grievances, and then bring in attorneys, and it's going to be chaotic. I don't see her resigning. Um, she needs to be terminated. I don't think the district should even give her the luxury of resigning. She should be terminated immediately. Stop draining those funds that are going to her enormous salary. Yeah, nip it at the bud and weed out all the other kiss butters out there at Food Nutritional Services that actually saw what she did to our people out there and never let them back into BISD. It's that simple, guys. People that were complicit to her stupidity need to also be gotten rid of at BISD. And that includes a lot of the some of the managers out there, some of the supervisors, especially the supervisors she brought in from Port Isabel, the one that got fired in Port Isabel, and the one that she hired, her comadre, her buddy. It's that simple, guys. It would happen to you or to me. I mean, for goodness gracious, guys, they do their best to go out and retaliate against anyone that has an opinion or anyone that wants to come out and express anyone. And for them, in turn, to be very, very kind and considerate, it's uncalled for. And I'll give you another example. When the principal up at Burns stole money from our children, stole money from our children. I'm not talking about a couple $100 here or there, guys. I'm talking about over $30,000. $30,000, guys. $30,000. After she did that, and let me say, guys, she stole money from some of the poorest kids here in Brownsville. My kids from Cameron Park and the kids that live in Section 8 housing behind Ricky Canales' property in front of Burns. Let me tell you guys, it was those kids that she stole money from. Over $30,000. They were selling, I can't remember what it was they were selling. They pocketed the money. You know what Sylvia Atkinson and her people did to her? Nothing. They moved her. They wanted to give her another chance. Another chance. Como dice el dicho, perro que come huevos, perro que come huevos, ni quemándole el hocico. Have y'all ever heard that expression? Perro que come huevos, ni quemándole el hocico. I'm sorry, guys. That woman should have been terminated on the spot. Uh, Charges should have been filed, guys, against that individual that stole $30,000 from our students. What did our local law enforcement do? Not a damn thing, guys. Not a thing. Oh, but don't get a Class B misdemeanor. They'll prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Sylvia's still going out there to board meetings, still pushing her vendors, guys, still using the last amounts of influence she has on the BISD board, aka Drew Brown, Minerva Peña, to get her way. Nothing changes here, guys. Nothing changes. I see that I'm back on the blogs. More power to me, I guess. More morning. Good morning. Have a wonderful weekend. You too. Because you are looking too sharp. Clean cut. Oh, now I get it. I was trying to trip out. Yay! Good morning. A handsome that be me. Makes you look youthful. Doesn't it? I don't like the youthful look. I like the little shadow look. Mm, I think it looks so amazing with the shadow. Así que cara de nalga, not too much. Some people just don't know when to quit. Corruption just continues and passes on to other generations. Just plain sad. And look, guys, that's what's happening throughout. That's what's happening throughout our community, guys. It becomes a dynasty. Yesterday, Cameron County went out. Yes, 2 days ago. Yes, Cameron County went out there and put up a post of, "Oh, thank you to all our heroes and people out there, and thank you, Daniela Lopez Valdez." What the hell did the poor little rich girl do? She didn't do a damn thing. She tried to show him a little dance move in order to make a dance video. Are you serial? My lord, guys. El pueblo pide cheese. Lo que mi pueblo pida, eso le vamos a dar. Gracias, Wayne. Ah, qué rico café. Qué rico café. Cheese, I got la vaccine. Awesome job, Walmart Boca Chica. Awesome job. Was that your first or your second? Congratulations, man. Probably lining their pockets, por eso no le hicieron nada. 100%. Guys, you get rewarded at BISD for being a kiss ass. It's like Randy Parks, guys, out at the cab. Randy Parks was one of Sylvia Atkinson's achichincles, guys. Achichincles. He knew that Mr. Sauceda was coming in drunk. They tried to hide it. He knew that he would come in hungover, guys. And look, at the end of the day, guys, they didn't do Mr. Sauceda any favors, guys, by hiding his problem. That was a problem, guys. That was a big issue. And again, you didn't hear it in the news media, guys. But that was an issue. Why? And very, very clear. Guys, that was an issue because this is an individual who is actually getting paid from your tax dollars, guys, from monies from the state. It should have been brought to light. But apparently they're fighting to keep him at food nutritional services, guys. And again, my prayers go out, to Mr. Sauceda. I hope that he really fights this disease, this addiction, and gets help. Don't need him back at the district. Good morning, Mario Brownsville. Good morning. Good morning, Anelda. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Joe, my man. And you have an awesome day as well. My comadre went to pick up her daughter at Pace, and the female principal was sitting down with a mask on at the front, without a mask on at the front. That's very unfortunate. Jessica. Hey, Jessica, are you available to come on? I sent message to see if Jessica was available to come on to share her opinion in regards to what was stated at the meeting. Jessica stated that she went over the meeting yesterday, last night. We were talking, and I said, "Well, that's awesome." I actually posted some videos. Um, I posted some videos out there in regards to what was going on. Well, not what's going on. To share a lot of folks' opinion in regards to what was going on, guys. Este, look, guys, you don't have to agree with what my folk out there said. You just have to make sure that we understand that individuals have a different opinion. But let me tell you, in regards to Elon Musk and what he's throwing those $30 million to the city commission, guys. Oh hell yeah, we agree. Oh yes, that was an epic event over at Burns. Money that was supported by several local sponsors because the running event was geared towards the children from that school. The truth is, it continues to this day. They even boast about it. Money is their sole purpose in their life, and they pass it on to their kids. 100%, guys. And Linda's correct, guys. It was shameful, shameful that my kids' money, este, went for a nose lift, a nose lift, a facelift. Good morning, Alea Hermosa. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's breaking? What's shaking, bacon? What's breaking, taken, faking, laking? Not much. Still waiting for you to make some time to come on the show in the mornings with me. Pancho, buenos días. Saludos a mi amigo Wayne. ¡Pancho Pantera! ¿No era Pancho Pantera el que salía en Chocomil? Sí, ¿verdad? Pancho Pantera, el de Chocomil. It's not. It's not a shadow look. It's a bum. Of course, it had to be Mario. It's not a bum look. I actually like the little shadow look. Me encanta. It looks like a little like, doesn't rusty. No? Just give me 2 minutes. Surely will. Good morning, good morning, Amelida. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I still have the shirts here at the office. I might have to start rubbing them off, guys. My mama, my mom Wednesday gave me some cookies. I still have cookies too. I actually am running out of cookies. Always doing good job. Ah! Thank you, Snoopy. Snoopy sends me snacks and books. We are still collecting books for Maggie's free libraries. Uh, and I have not been in communication with Maggie. I'm giving Maggie space during her sabbatical to take care of different issues that she needs to take care of. With that said, I anxiously await for her to return. Love Maggie. I just saw the entire show last night. It seems like the BISD retaliation against those who speak out is about to get worse. Before you're just saying they don't care, they'll still fight. Um, it's a big issue, Snoopy, because it gets to the point where you're either going to stand up and fight and continue to take hits, or you're going to have to become submissive in regards to anything that this district, their harassment, their retaliation cares for, wants. And I'm sorry, guys, to all my people out there, even those folks that need a job, guys, is it really worth it to be dehumanized, to be considered a underclassified, underqualified, underappreciated individual? Uh, guys, I understand that we all need a job, but no job, guys, for me personally, is going to be worth having to put up with pompous, arrogant, racist, homophobic administration. Guys, yeah, let go. Let go. Good morning, Rene. Last night I mentioned bring me a shirt. I'm too lazy to get up. You're talking to the king of lazy. Love you, Jenny. I'll drop it off for you if you want. You will continue to take hits long after you are vindicated. You just have to keep on, make your voice louder by opening the eyes of others. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I try to do. I actually am going to try and reach out to everyone that spoke on public comment on Tuesday. Besides sharing their 3 minutes, as an open invitation to anyone that spoke at the meeting to come and share more time. I mean, I'll give you an hour. Come and share your point of view. Come help our community understand what your stance is. And let me say, I think that what's happening is that a lot of the individuals who are standing up to this, to gentrification and to what's going to ultimately happen to the city of Brownsville, guys, just because politicians are selling you out, is that, guys, we're mostly on the same page. And that's very, very different from me because I've seen a lot of the individuals who are fighting as the Elon Musk move. And let me say, guys, and I'll stand by my post, by my posts and by my comments, guys. I want Elon Musk's money. Don't want it in the hands of these politicians, guys, because these politicians, folks, will sell your grandmother's soul. Will sell their grandmother's soul, guys, for a couple of measly dollars. That's what I find very, very concerning. Guys, it's not a bad thing that Elon Musk wants to send us $30 million. It is not. I want more individuals out there to send the community, the city of Brownsville, more millions and millions and millions of dollars, guys. I just don't want them in the hands of these politicians. Am I too far off base, Jessica?
No, you're not far off base at all. Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I was in and out. I have some workers here at the house. No, there was. I know that I sent you a text message this morning just so the viewers know. To kind of get your take a little bit on the city commission meeting that happened on Tuesday. I wasn't able to watch it on Tuesday because I was out campaigning, but I got a chance to watch it last night, and I didn't even finish it. I still have about 25 minutes to go on it. But I can tell you that late last night I was watching it and I was just utterly, I want to say in some cases, utterly disgusted by the happenings, some of the reactions that the commissioners were expressing, facial expressions. And so anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell. But I will let you go ahead and lead the discussion if you'd like. Otherwise, I could continue talking for an hour about it, Erasmo.
Well,
But I'm
let me
here.
tell you something that I noticed, and I hope people notice it. If you looked at a couple of those videos, you would immediately saw, Jessica, how indifferent these folks were on the commission
Mm-hmm.
when public were out there speaking. I'm sorry, you had commissioners, eating, drinking. Which again, I'm not criticizing anyone for eating and drinking. I do it all the time, but not when I'm addressing my constituents in the sense of you're an elected official. uh, had a commissioner stand up, walk around, while people were speaking, and I'm
Yes.
like, what the hell is going on? Do the
No,
people,
absolutely.
the people that spoke actually believe that they had, what is it, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears? Do they really believe that they had the ears of the city commission and the mayor? And I'm going to say absolutely not.
No, no, it was, I mean, it's just the purpose of the public comments part of the commission is to allow individuals, one, like you said, to feel heard and listened to. Um, and there was, I mean, besides the fact that, we have to accept the fact that it's a Zoom meeting and it's going to be chaotic with screens coming in and out. But I saw a lot of this. And like you said, a lot of like, I'm just going to have my drink. I'm looking around. I'm dealing with my family. And I get it. Family happens, or there was a lot of looking to the sides. And I know how it is. I mean, I've been on the phone with family and they're yelling at the cat while you're on the phone. And it's so distracting. And you can tell you're not being heard. I can tell that Erasmo is not listening to me right now, as a matter of fact, because he's looking at his phone. I'm just playing it as well.
Who's
You're
on?
multitasking. But no, I mean, these people are taking time out of the day. And my husband actually watched it with me. And he says, they're reading. And I said, yeah, people are reading because they know they have 3 minutes and they're trying to get it all out as best they can. So I don't fault anybody in the public for reading, because if
No.
you just speak off the cuff, you may go all over the place and not get what you want to say said. But the fact that the commission chooses, because I know it's a choice, it's not necessarily the law, it's not in the charter, during public statements for the public forum, the commission could choose to state and say, hey, thank you for expressing your concerns. Let's look into it. Please, let's return at a later time or visit me at my office, whatever. Acknowledge the public. Please acknowledge the public. Now, this is what makes me mad. Uh, a lot of the individuals that spoke were obviously speaking up against SpaceX and gentrification and they were asking, saying, hey, it's a possibility that having SpaceX here is going to affect people's livelihoods, because if we had a lot of California money coming in, obviously the property values will rise and therefore leave people out. And through increased taxes, therefore they may not be able to own their own homes. And this is not a concern that is far reached, beyond reach. I've lived in San Jose, California. I've lived in the Bay Area. It does happen that people do lose their homes because property values rise so much tax that they cannot afford the taxes. It also happens in California that multiple people, I mean, we're talking 12 to 15, maybe more people living in one household, crammed up, because it takes that much to try to afford a home.
Right. Yes.
So those are very valid reasons to be concerned. I really dislike how the city commission or our leaders, regardless of whether it's BISD or the city or whatever, they like to use, they love the public when the public agrees with them. And they like to bring the public in and the small children and the yays. But when something happens where there's that disconnect, we don't acknowledge you.
No.
We don't care. And that was very clear last night.
Well, yeah, and one of the things that the commission talked about, and behind closed doors with the mayor, was, oh, all those people are just being negative, and and let me say, guys, this may sound wrong, but I'm glad that they said that. I'm glad that they said that, and I'll explain why. Because a lot of folks out there, they seem to feed into this. Well, they're just all being negative. No, guys, it's not people being negative. It's people wanting answers to their questions and
Mm-hmm.
want to share their concerns and want to get a educated response back from individuals that we
Right.
have in leadership. Now, we have individuals on there on the city commission, that don't have, are not doctors, are not lawyers, and that's again, that's great, that's fine, guys. What I'm getting at is, doesn't matter what level of education these individuals have, they don't have to know all the answers, and no one is going to know all the answers. That is why they oversee an administration in regards to the city of Brownsville, because they have an administration that has the resources to go and do the boots to the ground and research any question and come up with a halfway decent response to
Mm-hmm.
the people of Brownsville. And the only way that we as a people have access to the city manager and to his deputies is via the individuals that we elect into office, guys. It's that
Right.
simple. So, to all those people that spoke at public comment on Tuesday, let me tell you, you were disrespected. And again, it's not being negative. It's evident. You were not allotted more than your 3 minutes in order to express. And let me say, 3 minutes is not enough time to express someone's concerns. This is why, guys, and again, this may come out right. That's why I don't think a public comment ultimately is the only avenue where residents have of expressing their concerns. You
Right.
should have easy access, guys, to your elected officials. Easy access. And unfortunately for us, we don't. When's the last time you were able to speak directly to one of your city commissioners, folks? Your mayor? No, bitch it up. It's not going to happen, just.
No, I mean, again, we don't have the easy access. We don't do town halls. which I have said publicly, definitely at least a formal quarterly town hall with your district commissioners. At large commissioners should be having these town halls because they represent the whole city. And if it's quarterly or twice a year, you should have a formal one. Now, if I, as a commissioner, want to have monthly ones, then absolutely. But the public, and I consider myself the public. I may be running for office, but I am the public. Uh, if I have questions or concerns, I should be able to address them. It doesn't matter if it's because of a pothole in on my street or if it's because of something major like SpaceX that we have concerns about. The commission, I don't know if it, I'm not saying it's this commission, but maybe perhaps we have commissioners, we elect commissioners, and then all they do is they follow the same cookie cutter approach to politics, to communication as the ones previous and previous. Somewhere I believe there was a disconnect. And let me tell you why, because I have spoken, I'm still campaigning. I'll be campaigning today. People remember commissioners from 30, 40, 50 years ago. They remember city managers, if you can believe that. I'm having people tell me about city manager that was a city manager 40, 50 years ago. And they do not speak about those individuals the same way that they are speaking about our current, recent history commissioners or recent history city managers. And I'll tell you one thing, people are really, I have not met one person who is satisfied with the way the city is being run vis-a-vis the city manager. Not one. And I do not egg anyone on to say, hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? I'm there campaigning for myself. But the fact that people are willing to spill their guts to
They're
me
tired.
on their driveway, at their
They're,
door,
they're tired, Jessica.
they really are. And folks, we've got to communicate amongst ourselves, our network, to say we have got to do something to fix this problem. And the disrespect, and I mean no disrespect for anybody else, because we all have our fortes, our political beliefs, our religious, social beliefs. But the fact of the matter is that last night's or 2 nights ago's display showed that the city commission sees themselves above the people, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
Never.
And I'm sorry to sound angry because I'm not normally an angry person, but I
I
do like answers. And that was just the beginning. I watched these different calls to action and ordinances, and we want to approve this, approve that. My jaw was like, I literally was watching TV with my husband right there, and I was like, because things were getting approved left and right, and questions were not being answered. Oh, and I get it. We have an organization, we have leadership throughout the city that is supposed to make somewhat decisions. But there was a thing about the airport parking, and they said, well, how many? And Trey did ask how many bids came in, and said, well, there's one other bid, but okay, so we basically have one bid to go on. And what does the other bid look like? And how much is this costing us? And how much revenue is happening right now? And they can say, oh, well, we get it in the agenda beforehand. So by the time we go on and vote, we've already read it. I really, really doubt, because some of those commissioners, they look like they had heard some of this information for the very first time.
Yep.
I'm sorry, people. That's what it looks like when you hear it for the very first time. You're like, huh, what, huh, okay. And then they go through the whole process like, sure, any seconds, second, I, okay, pass it. I'm not. These people are running circles around us. And why these people? I don't mean the commission. I don't mean the commission. Commissions are just like, okay, cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter. Sorry, you're not asking enough questions, and you're not asking the right questions. And if you don't know the answer to something, then you tell your oversight, your managers, whomever, say, you know what? We don't have enough information. Let's table it until the next meeting when you come back to us with the answers that we need, what the public needs. No, sorry. I mean, it's like we got mommy and daddy's credit card, and we're not even going to ask if this is as cheap or jeans we can get. No, we'll just buy whatever looks good on the rack because they said it looks good on me. Sorry, guys. No, this is the problem. We have a city that we have needs. We have needs of clean resakas, trails. Overgrown sidewalks where people are in the wheelchair can't get through these patches of grass growing on the sidewalk. We got palm tree fronds all over the sidewalks, You think anybody with a disability can get through that sidewalk with
No,
trash everywhere?
no. No, and one of the things is one of the issues, there's such a disconnect between elected officials and people in Brownsville, is that the commission is ignoring one of their most valuable resources. Look, I know thousands of people who would be willing to come out and help and be a part of the solution in regards to cleaning up these sidewalks. One of the things that I've shared is when we spoke with uh, city manager Charlie Kabler in regards to the benches for the bus stops and the coverings.
The bus stops, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh well, we have them. They're in the warehouse." And I said, "Well,
Yes.
put them." And they said, "Well, we don't have man." I said, "Guys, reach out to the community. I have people willing to donate their time to go out there
Yes.
and help set these things up. Why is it that we have to go through all this bureaucracy in order to get anything done in the city of Brownsville?" But there's
Mm-hmm.
such a disconnect. They think, as you mentioned, they think that they're up there in their thrones in their high chairs, and everyone else is over here struggling at the bottom. And they don't have time to listen to or to sit through 3 minutes of uh, someone's opinion on public comment. But Ms. Bradshaw, what are your thoughts on what the people said during the public speaking portion?
I think that their points were very valid. Like I said, I've lived in California and I've actually seen it happen firsthand where people have lost the ability to earn. It's not even to earn money, because in California you earn pretty good money. You do. However, the cost of living, i.e., a house, is so expensive that people lose them all the time. People who you and I, like I said, I've been there, where people who are teachers, have a real profession, are living now in their car because they cannot afford their apartment. I mean, we're talking about a 600 square foot apartment. You're paying up for $1,700 a month,
Crazy.
right? So those things happen. You know, am I am I a gloom and doomer? I'm not, because I hope that at the end of the day, I would hope that at the end of the day, the city would assure us that there would be some sort of control over any sort of possible inflation. But they can't even tell us that. They
No.
can't even say, I'm going to look into that. And so I will not fault anyone for having the concerns that these young men and women had last night, but I will fault the commission because they did not address it. They didn't even give the respect that a person, which is, you know what, just because you're at a Zoom meeting doesn't mean you get to go look around like this the whole time. You still should be looking something at, some direction to your screen. And so I am concerned as well. I share their concerns. I do believe that there is a plus at having SpaceX here, to having Elon Musk participate and be part of our community. But I do believe that there are a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to the debris, the environmental impact, the financial and real estate, the impact on real estate and the cost. I mean, right now we haven't even scratched the surface, and people knocking on doors, and people are saying, "Hey, my home property value went up
Yeah.
$30,000," and that's pretty much the average now. $30,000 across the board,
Yeah.
and so nothing is being addressed or even considered. And I
No.
don't know if it's because the current commission doesn't have the time. They're busy at their jobs, and I get it. But I'm to tell you what, being a commissioner, in all, as in all honesty, is not a part-time job.
No.
and
It shouldn't
and
be.
it's being treated as a part-time job by too many people who are running for office. And I remember Charlie Kabler, you know, uh, I remember him running, and one of his major platforms was, if you vote, elect Charlie Kabler. I'm not saying Charlie Kabler is flawless, but we only had so many candidates, right? But he said, if you vote for Charlie Kabler, you'll have a full-time mayor. Full-time mayor, regardless of who says it. Full-time mayor is an important. It's important to have a full-time mayor. It's important to have at least a full-time commissioner. If you can't get full-time, definitely no less than half time. So if you have 40 hour, if you're working a 40-hour week, then you don't have time to even be a part-time commissioner.
No.
You don't. And I'm sorry to say. And there are plenty of people who would probably, if this position was appreciated the way it is, they would, they would sacrifice some of their time and livelihood to be able to help the city. I know that that's what I'm doing. I have flexibility in my schedule that I can do that, right? But no, I mean, it's sad.
Well, let me say that in regards to property values, guys, and look, this is what I heard throughout the public comment to the folk that spoke out there. And again, I applaud every single one of those individuals that came out and spoke. Against. Let me say, and I'll repeat my stance on it, guys. I want Elon Musk's money. I want John Bezos' money. I want Gates' money. I want everyone's money that wants to bring money to the city of Brownsville. With that said, guys, you already got a taste this month. You all got a taste this month in regards to your appraisal value from Cameron County, guys. Your taxes went up horribly, despite the fact that they're out there saying that they lowered your taxes. No one felt a lowering of taxes, guys. Not when your appraisal value went up such a percent where you are getting, and I've seen those 30,000, 35,000 minimum in regards to how much your appraised value at your property went up. Guys, people paying $6,000, $7,000 a year, guys, and
Yes.
cannot afford it now. Can you imagine, guys, if Elon Musk gets his way? Because Elon Musk is out for Elon Musk, guys. Let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
he did not become a billionaire by being a philanthropist, guys. He did not become a millionaire by giving out cash to the poorest communities in the United States, folks. Not at all. And the reason of his being breaking down with $30 million for our area, it doesn't mean that he doesn't expect anything for it. He definitely does. And unfortunately, the culture, Jessica, of local politics, the culture is a quid pro quo.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is out there with their hands extended, but they're not out there with their hands extended to benefit the community. They're out there with their hands extended to put that money in their pocket. Proven time and time again. Proven. It's not just words. It's not just being negative. It's been proven, guys, and we need to
Mm-hmm.
do something about it. So not all will be. So some will not all will benefit from SpaceX, and it has little to do with community needs, but their own needs. Money and stocks are already on the in the works. Those citizens on public comment were brave, and they will take hits for it, but also support. We just need to keep going, 100%, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to encourage Linda, and if you can reach out to some of those folks, encourage them to come out. Some morning, some evening, and we'll discuss and give them more time. Give them more than 3 minutes in order to share their views, share their opinions, and share their talking points. Hello, Erasmo. Golf morning. ¿Cómo estás allá en Bronzeville? Estoy bien, Sorino. Gracias. Desde Guadalupe, Nuevo León. Yep, it was very disrespectful that these commissioners were not all ears during the public comment section. Why be a commissioner if you're not going to do your job? And this is what Jessica was making mention of right now, guys. It is a full time position, guys. You have to be a full time commissioner, a full time board member in order to give your constituents the respect and give them what they voted in for. They voted in for you being a public servant, not a 1 hour a week servant, a
Mm-hmm.
full time servant. That's what it is. What issues did public have? Gentrification. Jessica, what else did you
And
see?
well, it was a lot of, there was a talk about environmental impact, right? We don't know the debris that is falling when SpaceX explodes a rocket, and SpaceX knew these are not accidents. They expect a blow up because it is through trial and error that they will perfect whatever thing that they're trying to do. Obviously, we would rather have a rocket blow up when it's empty than when it has people in it going to Mars. So, so they talked about that, the environmental impacts, how that's affecting us, the privatization of Boca Chica Beach, uh, the the neighborhood, and basically driving us out through the price because of the prices, um, and then just gosh, did I cover? So the environmental impact, the neighborhoods, and the gentrification. In other words, all how that's going to also affect Brownsville. How is this new influx of money and California wealth going to affect the property values and price anybody locally out? But you know, you touched on something, Erasmo. I knocking on doors. You get people saying, "I'm paying three, four, five, $6,000 in taxes." I mean, guys, this is this is San Antonio and Austin tax rates. That's what we're looking at. And and if you're paying that much for a 2,500 square foot house, I mean, well, these are tax rates that you might get in Austin for 3,000 to 4,000 square foot home. So we are, and I said it 2 years ago, and I had a chart on my website. We pay the highest property taxes in general, even in the Rio Grande Valley. We pay higher taxes than Harlingen, McAllen, San Antonio, Dallas Fort Worth, Houston, Austin. Dollar per dollar, we pay the most taxes in Brownsville. People don't realize it. They think it's cheap to live in Brownsville. Yes, it is, because you can get services for cheaper than you can get somewhere else. For example, you know, house cleaning, lawn service, heck, whatever, right? Laundry, food, restaurants. Tacos no te cuestan mucho. But when it comes to the property taxes and sales tax and everything combined, we are the highest even of those big cities that I just mentioned. And it's only going to get worse.
Well, and let me say it's a sad situation for individuals. Let me also share something, guys. What's going to happen if they start the ball rolling in regards to everything that Elon wants to do in this area, guys? What's going to happen if 10, 20, 30 years from now he decides to pull out, go home? It will destroy the city of Brownsville. It will decimate the city of Brownsville. And guys, let me say, if you don't think that this would ever happen, folks, think of all these big companies that have come and promised to establish themselves here in the city of Brownsville and have left us empty buildings, guys. Again, Titan Tires, T-Mobile,
T-Mobile.
as the steel mills that have been promised. LNG is already, one of them is already down. There's two to go, guys. I mean, all these organizations, Tenasca, Fly Frontera, all these have promised heaven and earth for the city of Brownsville, and they've gone, guys, and they've left a hueco, a hole in the city of Brownsville. What's going to happen if we become solely dependent on Elon Musk for everything, guys? Everything. And with the elected officials that we have today, guys, we're going to get screwed as a community. We are not going to get the largest portion of the pie. They are. We are just going to be left with crumbs.
Right. Um, you know, I don't know what happened behind closed doors. Like I said, I still have part of that. I have about 20, 30 minutes for the end of the commission meeting to watch. Um, but I will watch it and I'll let you know. And myself don't have all the answers, but I can tell you that based on last night's meeting, I would have actually looked and asked for more answers. And that's another issue that I have with the current commission. They do not ask enough questions. Hector, what is the platform you're running on? Hector, I have a lot of wishes on my wish list. The main platform, and it's not the most exciting platform, but it's best use of our money, right? Best use of our money for family, for business, and for safety. That's it. If we can use our money wisely, we will be able to afford all these things, and including having our city be a city that we want to, that we're proud to live in. I just mentioned to Erasmo, we got people who cannot use the sidewalks because the cities are a mess. I spoke to a former public works employee that I met up with, and he spilled some beans, and he said, Jessica, I've already retired. I don't know what's happening there. We just are not utilizing our people and our budget the way that we need to make our city beautiful. I mean, these are people who've lived there. Sorry, I haven't been reading the comments. Did I miss anything, Erasmo?
No, no, no. You're good. No, Jenny was making mention that yes, sadly, it's all about the money. It's true. It is all about the money. And let me say, guys, is that money will only get us so far in the city of
Right.
Brooklyn. And money in the wrong hands will get us nowhere. And I'm sorry, I if you want to go out there and kiss the butt of this mayor and this city commission, that's your call, guys. I don't trust any of them, to be dealing with Elon Musk. Good morning. Good. Do you think Elon and or his people are watching local political activity and Facebook Live? 100%, without a doubt. Again, one of the things that they're very well known for, these billionaires, is to feel the waters, check the waters to see what's going on. Yeah, I have no doubt that someone in the organization is out there reading the local blogs, watching the local lives, watching the media here locally. Of course, I mean, I would.
These people are not in the positions that they are in because they make decisions off the cuff. They don't get to their meetings and have something dropped on their desk and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks good, sure, why not? I mean, that's what we're dealing with, guys. And I know that there's an agenda beforehand, but I'd like to know how long they look through this, because when they get there, you know what, when you get to a meeting and you are having discussion in regards to passing something, whatever ordinance, right? This is not about I'm here and I need to look smart for the public. I want to look smart, like I know everything they're talking about. The reason you ask questions is not because you want to be the head top of the class. You ask questions because the public deserves to, you have to anticipate what the public would question, and you have to ask it for them so that it becomes public knowledge. ¿Me entienden? Por favor, am I making any sense? So if I say, hey, okay, well, how much exactly is this going to cost? And who is going to run this? It's not because Jessica's stupid, and it could be because Jessica's stupid, but it's, you ask it because the public deserves to know this outwardly. So for you to sit there and just nod and look around and then say, okay, yay, 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 passed, that is a great disservice to the public.
100%.
Because now they're watching you and you just passed something. They have no clue what you just passed. And
No.
some of the verbiage that is put up there, I mean, even a lawyer would probably take 20 minutes to look through it and ask questions. And they purposefully, somebody words it in a way that you and I have no clue what they're talking about. They don't even bother to ask, can you please spell this in English so we can all understand it? No, they just want to look smart. And then we pass something, we had no clue what they were talking about. So there is, of course, going to be no public comment because nobody knew that they even needed to comment on it.
No.
And this is only made, in my opinion, to make us look dumb or to make us feel dumb. Like, darn, as a public, I should be watching this and know this, but I don't. So I guess I'm not that smart that they even decide if I like this or not. It's really sickening.
It is sickening. Let me say, I'm going to do the psychic thing right now, and let me think. I'm going to say that Jessica banks through Chase Bank.
No, this I do not. The Chase is trying to get me to bank through them, but I bank locally. It's just it's junk mail.
Todos los bills.
Todo de aquí Discover, Spectrum, we want your business. Y luego like earn $300.
Puro disconnection notice. Es que Jessica is
What did Susan? There was a comment by Susan. It was a long one. I wanted to read it. ¿Qué decía?
Susan, you are right on, Jessica. I was appalled by Commissioner Tetros. I wrote in this working. She showed a lack of respect and the concerns of the people she is supposed to represent. What bothered me, look, again, I understand you're drinking something, todo, but something that Jessica mentioned is very, very true. Guys, if you're in public comment, you want your commissioners, you want your board members, to have your full undivided attention, guys. I mean, that is what public comment is for. Now, they already limit it to 3 minutes, guys. And they can't sit and listen to you for 3 minutes, guys.
And isn't it limited to how many can speak?
Yeah. Well, yeah, also. They only have a certain amount. But
20 minutes or something like that?
Guys, if they can't sit and listen, folks, if you don't listen to anything else, listen to this. If they cannot sit through 3 minutes, guys, What makes them think that they deserve 4 years? If they cannot sit through 3 minutes of your conversation, of your opinion, of your mindset, of your concerns, you think they're going to be listening to you in 4 years? For 4 years?
Right. Oh,
Not even close, guys. It's a joke. And look, and I'm very upset that commissioners were not even on the screen when I'm upset that commissioners were not even on the screen when a public comment was being addressed. A- And then to stand up and literally leave while someone is speaking, that's very disrespectful.
right.
Very, 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 very disrespectful.
Erasmo, I want to tell your viewers right now that when I come here and I speak here, I'm speaking as an individual, as a citizen, as a resident of Brownsville. And I can be very tactful and understanding and respectful at a meeting. Um, I certainly promise to do so. I'm a listener, but I listen because I don't have all the answers. And if someone of a fellow neighbor, resident of Brownsville, comes and says, Jessica, I need to talk to you because this is going on, or this is what's going on in my place of work in the city, or this is what's going on in my neighborhood, I want to listen. And I need to listen so that I know. Because as commissioners, we ask for your vote, we are promising, like you said, Erasmo, that we will be there to listen to you for those 4 years. That's why we're there. And so right now, I know I've been a little bit more animated than usual, but it's because like I said, I watched the meeting because I saw how people were being treated, and that's me. How another one is treated, a member of the public, that's me. That's Jessica, also as a member of the public. I wear my politician hat because I'm trying to get there to be a voice of the public. But it was really unfortunate. I don't like myself or others being treated that way, like we just don't matter, like we're somos como que somos tierra. Because this is not why I'm running. I don't know. This was just wrong. And so yeah, that's why I'm animated. So I apologize if I'm getting too loud and
No, be
yelling in
loud.
somebody's ear.
Loud is good. Uh, someone on the show said, "We the people," and I add, "Los leaders are me the people." How sad when your own district commissioner does not back you up. They don't care about our community. Sad, sad, very sad. Literally, the only person who I have heard say that the city manager is working hard is Roy de los Santos. Other than that, nobody knows who he is or has seen him. And again, guys, it's just very, very unfortunate. It's that disconnect with the majority of the people here in Brownsville. Let me say, guys, I'm going to say 95% of the people in Brownsville, 95, if not more, guys, have no idea what the name of the city manager is. 95%. Am I completely off base, Jessica?
No, people 95% probably don't know. Of that percentage, many don't realize, you know, many people don't realize when you go knocking. I know you don't, Erasmo. You know, block walk. But when you knock on someone's door and say, "Here, I'm running," right? I'm running. They, some of them, God bless them. They have the courage to say, "¿Qué es lo que hace un comisionado? What does a commissioner do?" And I'll gladly explain it to them. And when they are enlightened to that fact, it's like you see them, like their head goes back, like, oh, wow, like that's what they're supposed to do.
We've
He
never
says,
experienced it.
yes. Yeah. And he says, I didn't know that. And then you have others who do know, who say, I've never been able to get a hold of mine. I saw him or her when they first campaigned, and I haven't seen them since. And then the ones that know about the city manager are really upset about the whole thing and the performance. And then the ones that had learned about a city manager then realize, wait a second, so the mayor doesn't decide that? No, the city manager does, with the permissions and with a vision of a mayor. And then that's when they realize, wait a second here, who's running the show? You can see it in their eyes.
100%. Was it? Let me see. I was just telling someone this morning that we let SpaceX wiggle into Brownsville due to people apathy, voter apathy. Yeah, because let me tell you guys, uh, in the hands of this current commission and this mayor, guys, I'll give you examples, clear examples. And again, it's not Erasmo being negative. I'll name buildings here downtown, guys. Casa de Nylon, guys. They don't care, guys. An empty 3-story garage unit in this downtown area, guys. They don't care. Was I wrong for telling a lady to cover her butt after she asked me what I was looking at? She had all her. Nah, you were right. There is a glass on roads. City won't clean it. Sad but true. Someone needs to clean it. Great comments, Ms. Bradshaw. Thank you for your concerns for our community. You have many supporters.
Thank you so much. Please spread the word.
Thank you, Al. The community is disconnected and really doesn't care about it. We need to teach kids civics and government at least they'll get at school. Let me say, guys, I think that one of the things that social media, internet has done is it has awakened a lot of our young folk. I was very, very impressed that people speaking at public comment were very young,
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
young, very impressed, very, very impressed.
And you know what? These are the young folks that our current mayor ran with. He ran arm to arm with them because as a TSC board member, he obviously had a lot of, people knew who he was, these young people. And so it's really disheartening to see that he has lost touch with the people, that the young adults that he was serving not too long ago.
It is. Why did the appraisal values go up? What was the commission commented? They haven't. They're flaunting that they lowered your taxes. This
Mm-hmm.
is what this city commission is now. This is what a lot of the incumbents are running on. That they lowered your taxes, Ana Karen. It's ridiculous.
Mm-mm.
8 hours left on my 30-day ban. Yay! Someone said 30 million was not enough, and I agree. He is the richest man in the world. Why just 30 million? Why? They made a good point when they that was brought up. Let me
They
say,
said I think the young lady said it was like $5 of every. If you made $45,000
is a
and you
five
gave
dollar
away
donation.
$5 to charity, right?
Yes, and
That was perfect perspective, and the commission didn't even like. They
no,
just kind of like.
yeah, it's nothing, guys. Let me say, it's like asking me for a quarter donation. You know, that's how bad it is. And for someone, yeah, making $45,000, guys, it's a $5 donation, guys. But let me say this: I am grateful that $30 million are coming our way. I'm ecstatic. I want more than $30 million coming our way. What concerns me is what we're selling for those $30 million. What access is being granted? What turn a blind eye is going on for those $30 million, guys? That's my concern. So this week we were supposed to have the details of the $30 million according to Elon. Yeah, right. It's Friday. We have not. That's very true. It was supposed to be this weekend. We do not know what the caveats are for those $30 million. We do not. It's a burden to be this handsome. Trust me, it is, guys. I struggle with it. Y'all think it's easy for me? It isn't. They're working on a 114 rockets. 1 to 14
1
rockets.
through 14 rockets, maybe. I don't know.
We just did 11 2 weeks ago, my lord. We got 3 more. Elon Musk will better the city, and I'm not talking about SpaceX or him doing it in a moral way. Even if he decides to bring billionaires and gentrification happens, it pushes us out of city limits. Billionaires need restaurants, resorts, etc., which all bring shelves. That's better than what we have now. Elon would not work with our local leaders. He would bring in people that would move this city forward. See? Thank you, Dr. Mrs. Jessica, for answering my questions always.
Thank you, Gloria.
This is just a project for Elon Musk. Yes, I would say it's just a hobby for Elon Musk. It's not really generating him a lot of funds. You are right, Snoopy. The Los Santos publicly stated city manager is doing a great job. Roy Los Santos is delusional, delusional. But let me say, guys, and I've said, and I know you're not supposed to talk about people in other races. Let me say, Roy Los Santos is part of the problem, and I've said it, and I'll say it again, guys. I don't care. I'm going to do me. And if I see someone out there that is not good for Brownsville, you better believe I'm going to call it out. I don't care which race they're in. I don't care if it's not my race. Rose Gowan is bad for Brownsville. Roy de los Santos is bad for Brownsville. And Ben Neese right now, I'm sorry, my man, you're bad for Brownsville. Yeah, let it go. Is this a? It's a baby project. He can just leave when he wants. We need to be very mindful of that. Exactly.
Mindful of that.
That's my concern. At a moment's notice, he just leaves, and we're stuck with values of property acá arriba that will never go down. Never ever go
No,
down.
be, no, because what happens is, and what people need to realize is that the reason why we need to maintain control of our city commission, keep them reined in, of our county commissioners, is because it's just like anything else. Let's say, for example, I have a job and well, I'm a college student. I have no money, and then I go get a job and I'm making $120,000 a year, right? And I'm living pretty comfortably. Then something happens where maybe I got a bonus, or I'm getting some bonuses, right? And now I'm making 60,000 on top of that, or another 100,000. Even though my salary increased with that bonus, I have to stay living within my comfortable means. Because if I increase in my standard of living to 200,000, and then that money's suddenly gone and I'm back to 120, for example, then I'm going to feel the pinch. So the city of Brownsville needs to be able to live within a budgeted means, because we need to be able to plan for the rainy day. We need to be able to plan that if Elon Musk decided to up and leave, I don't know the details of that transaction, but if he decided to up and leave, and it's California people would not stay here, they would be up and gone with him. We'd go from spending and spending because Elon Musk in California are here, but then what once they're gone, if they're gone, right? So we cannot let our commission just keep spending and spending and spending and not questioning, assuming, because they're assuming that it's always going to be, we're always going to have el pan y mantequilla, the bread and butter, right? So I know this is some of the most boring topics, but we have to be able to always use our money in a way that benefits the people the most. When we have a surplus, we use it wisely for an investment that we can handle long term, or when that money is gone. Hey, for example, if we put street lights in roads that didn't have them, well, at least we have the street lights. Eso nunca se va. Maybe the maintenance remains, but at least we got the infrastructure developed and put in. And buying buildings just because we have extra money that will take us nowhere is not a good investment.
No. Would As a commissioner, we get foreclosure lists prior to being released. Would you use this to your advantage, being a real estate agent?
No, I would not use it to my advantage, but I do know what you're talking about. Commissioners, county commissioners, insiders, they get these lists, and it's not, and you can go find these lists on the board, the bulletin board down at the courthouse,
Yes.
and you can find these lists also in el periódico. The problem that happens, and actually those lists first go through the county, the appraisal district, and it is through there and the contacts within the appraisal district that may get the insider info. Uh, and and I've seen that, and I've seen it happen because my husband and I we have looked. We're like, oh, well, let's get vamos una casita para la abuela y que eso que lo otro. No, hombre, you find a house and sometimes they're already gone. It's like, no, they're not going to be available. But wait a second, they're here on this list. It hasn't even gone up for auction. No, it's not available now.
Yeah, 100%. And let me say,
That's
a position should never ever be used for personal gain. Unfortunately, the mayor of the city of Brownsville and the current city commissioners did not get the memo. True. Anyone that loses their home and since they're okay with tents go live in front of the yards of these people. Well, yeah. I don't think I want to live in the front of the house of Rose Gowan, though. So we are as a whole. So we as a whole get greedy, demand more, but we didn't realize that the good was the jobs it brought and the lower taxes it came with. But someone decided it was time to tax those big businesses. Sure. I'm disabled in a wheelchair and live along Alton Glore and cannot use the sidewalks in this area due to trees and trash all along these sidewalks from Alton Glore to Morrison Road. Don't even know if we have a commissioner for this area, and if there is one, why isn't he not addressing this issue? Because he has been silent for the past four
Heck, yeah.
years.
And Hector, here's the thing, and this is why I say that being a commissioner is a full-time job, everyone. Because as a commissioner, if you spend your time at your 9 to 5 job and then just to show up to the meetings and maybe you read the agenda previously, how much time are you spending driving around your district, your community, looking at sidewalks, at roads, and saying, hey, I'm going to make a call right now. Public Works, guys, there's a mess right here. What's going on? Or go to the Public Works department and say, hey, look at this, guys. Come on. Go to the city manager and say, excuse me, city manager, we pay you good money to make sure that our roads and sidewalks don't look like this through the departments that are supposed to take care of it. That's the job of a city commissioner, to drive around your neighborhoods, to know the community, to address their needs. They should see you and know you. And we don't. How many times has Trey Mendez driven up and down my street or even around in the neighborhood?
No, bitch, shut up.
I've never.
No, Trey Mendez has done a horrible job. Elon is spending 30 million to get the city starbase and control over the beach area is cheap. If Texas passes level 3 gaming, we will see the starbase hotel and casino. Um, it'll be interesting. I would say that South Padre Island would be the first to reach out to get a casino, and let me tell you, that would benefit their economy, would benefit our economy too. 100%.
There's nothing wrong. If it's not against the law, Erasmo, more power,
Yeah,
because casinos generate a lot of money and employment. Someone's got to man the card tables, the waitressing, the bars, the hotel accommodations. So that is good money. I mean, go to Vegas. A huge amount of revenue and resources and jobs. So I don't have a problem with that if it's a legal thing. Es cuando tenemos estas maquinitas y todo under the table. That's a problem for the economy.
yeah.
Black market.
Are we screwed with appraisals, or can something be done? Something can always be done, guys. Y'all need to elect individuals that are going to fight the system, not bend over and grin and bear it for the system. And unfortunately, guys, these individuals that we have right now, the mayor and the city commission that we have right now, guys, they've sold their souls. I mean, they've sold themselves to PUB. They enjoy getting wined and dined by these rich mega millionaire corporations, guys, special interest. So no, guys, you need individuals on there who are going to fight. And look, again, I'll say this, and maybe I shouldn't say. There's some people that don't care for Jessica's style, or Jessica's directness, guys. It's a lot of people.
Jessica Puente Bradshaws or Tetros?
Yeah, there's no the right. And look, guys, there's a lot of people, as crazy as this may sound, that don't like Erasmo. I mean, kind of hard to believe, but let me tell you, even if you don't like us, guys, like the fact that we'll go in there and we will overturn those tables, guys, and we will get you answers. You may not like the answers, you may not like or want to hear the truth, but it's something that is guaranteed. You will hear the truth directly from us and not from the blogs or from hearsay, guys. Nothing but the truth. If we just had them pay taxes just like everyone else, they don't, guys. Rose Gowan has tax exemptions on her home. Doesn't pay a dime, guys. She doesn't. She expects you to.
And here's the thing with that, and let me address this for a second, Erasmo, if you don't mind. So if you have the ability to have a home and not pay taxes on that home, Yasmin and everyone out there, would you take advantage of that? Erasmo, would you take advantage of that?
Oh yeah, in a second.
You would.
But I would
There's
not.
nothing.
I would not use my position in order to guarantee.
Right. But so now let me ask the question and I'll clarify. Regardless of your position, if it was legal for you to take tax advantages and not pay taxes, how many of us would do it?
Everyone.
We would all do it.
Everyone.
That ability to not have to pay taxes on your home, if you have a home that fits the historic, etc., and all of that, especially, and let me tell you, Erasmo, in these on Levy, St. Charles, in Fronton, Southmost. There are homes like that, very humble homes that fit the description where they could go ahead and not pay taxes on their home. Completely legal. It absolutely exists. The difference is, the difference is that those individuals are considered either too poor, too ignorant. They're like, ¿para qué les decimos cómo hacerlo? No, ellos no quieren hacer eso. They are being looked at like they don't want to take advantage of those resources. So the city has not gone out and publicly told them, hey, let me help you so that you don't have to pay taxes on that home. Because just like Rose Gowen or Trey Mendez or, X, Y, and Z people do
John
it,
Cowan.
you can do it too. You're too stupid to want to know that.
Well,
And if we tell you, Erasmo, we can't take your tax money.
yeah. Well,
So that's unfortunate because we can. You and I and the little people can do the same thing they're doing, but they don't tell us how.
well, and I'll give you.
I'll tell you how.
I'll tell. I'll share something with you. Part of the problem, just and you know this, is that a lot of these committees, a lot of these boards that are formed by the city commission guys, they come out with all these programs to benefit community members, and very minimal individuals in the community even know about all the benefits. And I'll
That's
give you
right.
one example. A BCIC board was offering a grant for small businesses here in the city of Brownsville. Guys, they wanted you to jump through hoops, so it was really inaccessible. And I tried fighting for ourselves, for my family's business. I tried fighting for other individuals here locally on 14th Street, small business. Jessica, they couldn't produce a 5-year marketing strategic plan that they were asking for. We don't hire accountants, we don't hire CPAs. Guys, we're small business, but we will never have access to the benefits, to the grants, to the programs that the city of Brownsville offers because they're eaten up by people like Trey Mendez, Rose Gowen, John Cowan, Ben Neese, and individuals on the commission and their little clique like Roy de los Santos, Michael Limas, and all those other folks out there, guys. It is a system that is only out there to benefit their clica, and unfortunately, folks, you, Jessica, myself, are not part of that clica.
And you know what? I will never turn down free money or opportunity to get a tax break. Anybody here, I don't care what your economic standard is. If you can get a tax break, get a tax break. If it's legal, get a tax break. But you're right. The problem is that by the time these programs come out, they've already been snatched up by the ones that know,
La clica.
or la clica, así como okay, that's what you call them. Well, fine, I'll use that term, la clica, uh, and or they really think that we're too dumb
Stupid.
to want to take advantage of those things,
Yeah, they think
and
we're.
that's just wrong.
It is.
Everyone should be able to take advantage.
That vato is the kiss for leaders type of leader, and he wants our vote. No, bitch, shut up. Yeah. Elon Musk is known to be for being a take no for an answer, and I'll do whatever it takes to get my way. And his determination is disguised with aggressive, abusive intent. He don't even live here. He don't live here until he sees Brownsville pushed out of the original Brownsville poor people. We are the trash can for his projects. Fortunately, as graphic as that may sound, is true. I'm just going to join the circus. I thought you were already part of the circus, Mike. The homeowner can dispute, challenge your home taxes at the county assessor's place. Be ready to be given the runaround. Ms. Miller is correct. And let me tell you guys, I'll continue to put up the offer that I've shared this week. If you want to appeal your tax appraisal, stop by my office. I will help you. Bring your paper. Too poor or too ignorant. Public Works Department is useless. They subcontract a lot of their work, and it's not their fault. Public Works does as they're told. Not their fault. The city would rather pay subcontractors and subcontractors that put money into these people's pockets. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
no, I mean, if Elon Musk and other big businesses paid their property tax instead of getting discounts or nothing, we wouldn't be in the position where we are starved as a city for money and growth. All of us have to pay taxes, and they use our tax money to line their pockets first. It's not just Elon;
Yes,
it's the politicians as well.
it's the politicians, and we are not starved for money, people. Stop thinking that we are not starved for money. We have money. It's just not being properly allocated.
This is the same strategy that was used in Houston, San Antonio. They raise the property taxes, and the rich come in to sweep the properties from a poor community, and then they have these lawyers with money get the rich to invest with the people's taxes to upgrade their properties, and they sell for profit. Gentrification. That is what I'm saying. The elite, compadre, and the clica keep being on the public titty. Not a good thing to be on the public titty. I've called numerous times at a court asking who the commissioner is in my area, just to be put on hold and left for a dead, just left for the
Dead.
dead. The brush department says, vamos para allá, se vamos para allá, pero no, nunca llegan. Damn, since I have limited movement, I would go to those commissioners meeting and call them all out, even if they throw me in jail. It won't be the first time. Jessica, last words.
Hmm. Gosh, you are so prompt, Erasmo. I would still be
Ah!
talking here. I'm like, that's why I don't have my own show, because I know I would just like talk too much. Last words, guys. Again, I'm running for District 3 Commissioner, and I'm running because I am a resident of Brownsville, and I want my voice heard as well. And my voice is your voice. Please go out and vote. I would love and appreciate your vote. Um, Guys, we have what it takes to make Brownsville great and wonderful. We just have to make sure that that money and those resources get to us, the people. Guys, I'm doing this because I'm in it for Brownsville. Go to my Facebook page, follow me, and where is Distinguished District 3 or District 3? Precinct 8, Precinct 97, Precinct 15. If you just follow the freeway and Paredes line and head all the way up from, I guess, Boca Chica, and it does capture a little bit of this, all the way to Olmito, guys. If you're in that corridor there, biggest district in Brownsville. Hector, if you need to send me a message, I'll send you a map, a picture. Anyway, yes, please vote for me. I'd appreciate it. And we just all want some positive change. Thank you, Erasmo, and the viewers for having me here and allowing me to vent a little bit today.
Thank you, Jessica. And come on anytime. You let me know. Guys, have a great, great, great rest of the day. It is Friday, guys. And let me say that we'll be on tonight at 9 p.m. one more time. Guys, and then we'll have a weekend. We have the weekend off. Guys, have a beautiful day. Social distance, face coverings, hand sanitizer, guys. Please, please, please. And guys, remember that you can only depend on yourself to keep yourself and your children and our community safe. Guys, be good to each other, and please, please, please continue to be good to me. God bless.